Okay, let's talk about the ARES-1 body. I've been running this body for 2 weeks now. I bought the body from A Main Hobbies. I think it's like $25. It was in my 3500 car. Our 3500 class has open gearing, so the lap times is only 0.2 to 0.3 slower than our mod cars. Okay, so our 3500 class is pretty fast. This body was in my 3500 car and it is now in my mod car. When I first tested the ARES-1 body, the test body, the body weighed in at 16.2 grams. And at the time when I was testing the body, the test body, I didn't know the weight. And right away I felt that the car had more body roll. And I liked it because I was getting more traction without the car traction rolling. And it's nice to watch, you know. I prefer the car that has that body roll as opposed to just having a car that turns in kind of flat. With the test body, it was rolling a lot more than the Mako body this body that I've been using. This body weighs in at 14.2 grams. So when I was running this body, then I switched over to the test body. Right away, this one felt flat compared to the ARES test body that I was using. But this doesn't drive flat, okay? It just felt that way because of the ARES body that I was testing. It was heavier. The reason why it was heavier compared to my ARES-1 that weighs in at this body weighs in at 15.4, because I only put one layer of paint. The other one had multiple layers, so it was heavier. But I try to keep the body as light as possible. That's why it only has one layer, just white, and also I don't like to paint. So anyway, but with my body, this one, that 15.4 grams, what I noticed was it's not rolling. It felt just like the Mako, except the rear end was a lot lighter than this body. This one, I was losing traction in the rear coming out of the corner under throttle. So it felt loose. So what I had to do was kind of change the setup a little bit. I didn't get more steering. What I got was the lighter rear end, and because of that, I needed to do something to the setup of the car. And when I changed the setup a little bit, remember, this was the same car that I used with this body, okay? This is my mod car. It had Mako in it, and then I had Mako in it, and I removed the Mako and put this body. And right away, the rear end felt lighter than when I had the Mako body. So I changed the setup a little bit, and now I get the same feel. However, it felt like there's just a little bit more steering with this car, okay? But if I change the setup, it'll be like this one, which is the right rear traction, the right amount of steering. No complaints with this body. Race day, this is going to be the body that I'm going to grab, not this body. But this, with the new setup, it did feel like I had more steering with this car, okay? And this body, I feel like there's more weight towards the front, just a little bit. That's why I wasn't getting a lot of steering. It's not like the pan body, okay? This one, I just got a little bit more than this car. And I don't think it's just because all the weight was shifted forward. I think it has something to do with the rear end, because the rear spoiler on this thing is small compared to the Mako body, the Mako spoiler. The length is the same. This one is hanging a little bit more, so maybe that's why I'm getting more rear traction with this body compared to this one. But it wasn't night and day difference, okay? It's just a little, when I'm pushing the car, you know, when you're pushing the car and trying to do a fast lap, trying to hit consistent fast lap, right? I noticed that this had a lighter rear end compared to this one, okay? However, the fast laps are identical. They're the same. And I really think that this will do a faster lap time than this. They both did 8.1. However, I did crack in the 8.0 with this body, but that's not fair, because when I did an 8.1 with this body, the chassis wasn't set up. This one when I had this body, I had to fine tune the car for this body. So it's not fair. Right now, because this one hit the 8.0, if I move this over to this car, I think I can match the 8.0. This car just feels balanced, and you can be aggressive with this car. This, however, it feels like it's already aggressive. I don't think I'm gonna choose this body for race day, only because the front bumper kind of bounces off the rails. Unlike this one, I just glide on the rails. It doesn't really bounces like this one. And I know I don't like cars with front lip because they get stuck on the rails. And this was actually getting stuck. But I did something to how I put the body on the chassis so that it doesn't get stuck. The reason why the front lip is getting stuck is because when you tuck that carbon fiber bumper under the lip like that, when you hit the rail, the carbon fiber bumper pushes against the lip and now it gets stuck. So what I had to do was I had the bumper out a little bit. Okay, just out a little bit. So that when I hit the rail, the bumper wants to get shoved under the railings, but it won't because the front lip would flex and bounces itself out. So this body doesn't ever get stuck. I haven't gotten stuck with this body, even in my mod car, which is this car. So I have no issue with this big front lip getting stuck under the rails using the Mako GT bumper or the Mako bumper from Reflex. Yeah, it's a good fit. It's not getting stuck as long as it's lifted a little bit on the track too, because I guess it's something new. I've been driving this for a year, almost a year, and this body is something new for me. So I'm so used to looking at this on the track, and this one is new for me. So it's nice to look at. It looks different on the track. This one is nice too, but this one is, when I take it out, it feels like race mode only. This is more like playing around, you know. Just it looks cool on the track. As far as the weight difference between the two, I can't tell the difference between the weight. Like I said, the lap times I think is identical, but I really think this one is going to be faster, can be faster. On the full race, if you know, for consistency, fast lap is not going to win your race, but for consistency, this one for sure. Like I said, I can come in tighter on my lines with this body, and not only that, this is also strong, but this body is proven. I've drove this, like I said, look at the date, April, and still no crack, no patches in the front bumper. I mean, there's a dent right there, but there's a dent right there, but there's no, I didn't glue anything yet. There's no patches. Look at the fender. There's no cracks. Almost 1 year. Right now it's February 20th. And in a couple of months, it's 1 year old. Imagine. So this is 0.7 thickness, and this, I believe, is 0.75. So I expect this one to be as strong as this. But who knows? Because, you know, this one has the perfect fit under that Mako bumper, right? So maybe that's why this is sturdier than the other bodies I've tried before. The other bodies I've tried only lasted like a month. Then it starts cracking on this side. But anyway, this is the Mako body that I've been using in mod and in 3500. And now I have this in my mod, and this one is currently in my 3500. But for big race, I mean, not like I'm gonna go travel to big races, but on a big race, for sure it'll be this body, just to make sure that I don't get caught on any of the rails. Okay. Yes, I'll continue to run this body because I like it. It looks cool on the track, and it feels just like this. One thing you want to keep an eye out of though is that see that scratch right there? That's from the inside. I can't really there's something I did to the car, so I keep covering it. Here, let me just use this one. That spur was hitting that body, so you want to make sure that you're on the right height. I had it too low, so it hit that body. But with this car, even if it's low, it doesn't hit anything. Okay, I think that's it for this video.